Hi guys, welcome back to my mom's channel. It's me, the South African Wanderer, and in what's become a bit of a Mother's Day tradition, I'm taking over the kitchen today, and we're going to show you a lovely recipe. So I was down in Hluhluwe, northern KZN, and the area around Hluhluwe is known for the pineapples that they grow. So for Mother's Day, I said I'm going to bring back a pineapple for my mother. She was not very impressed. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this pineapple and make it into an upside down pineapple cake. So upside down pineapple cake is a bit of a 70s or 80s dinner party throwback. I think because pineapples were quite rare and had not spread, around the world as easily as we get it today. So it was a bit of a party trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice this pineapple. We're going to peel it and then slice it. And then we're going to get back to you on how we set up for the upside down cake as well. Okay guys, so we've cut up our pineapple, and what we've done is we've removed the core or the center, and this pineapple had a few spots that were overripe, so we cut that out as well, just on the one slice. So we've got 6 slices from our one pineapple. You can use canned pineapple if you can get a can of pineapples, and then you can actually just drain it, pat it dry, and then use those pineapples. So I've got a 1/4 cup of butter that we've melted, and we're just gonna coat the pan with it nicely, brush the pan all around. Because it's cold in Joburg, this melted butter will actually solidify again very quickly. So we have to work a little bit fast with the butter before it solidifies again, and coat the sides and the bottom nicely. So this butter and the sugar we're going to add is actually going to give us a nice caramel sort of ready decoration. We don't have to decorate separately. So then we've got a 1/2 cup of brown sugar that we're just going to sprinkle into the pan. And we're also going to shake this around and coat the bottom and the sides as well. So this is going to give a nice finish to your cake. Well, guys, while I was doing this, my oven is preheating to 180 degrees. So then we're going to take our pineapple slices. Oh, this one broke. And we're just going to put them into the base of the baking pan. Okay, so the 6 slices of my first pineapple, we're missing a piece, but lucky I've got a second pineapple, so we're going to just cut that quickly and add it in. Hello guys, so I got the 7th piece, and we'll just slide it in. You can also, if you want, cut half pineapples and put them on the sides, but for now we're not going to do that. What we'll do is we'll eat that pineapple with some chili powder and salt. And then lastly, I've got a few red cherries that you can get in the baking aisle. So we're going to put them inside each of the cores that we cut out of the pineapples. And then if you've got extra pieces of cherry, just put them in between the pineapple pieces for extra decoration. So let me show you all how that looks. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yes. So that's how we've set it up. And then we're going to leave that aside and we're going to start working on our batter. Hi guys, so now we're going to set up for our cake batter. The ingredients we're going to need are as follows. Unfortunately, I'm in front of the camera so we can't zoom in, but please follow along. So we've got 1.5 cups of flour. We're going to use 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, 2 eggs that we've brought to room temperature, 113 grams of butter or half a cup of butter, which we're going to give a quick warm up in the microwave too so that it incorporates a little bit better with our sugar. We're going to use 3/4 cups of sugar. We're going to use 1/3 cup of milk and 1/3 cup of double cream yogurt. You can substitute your yogurt for sour cream, and if you've got the canned pineapple, you can substitute the milk for the pineapple juice if it's not syrup that they're using to preserve the pineapples in the can. So if it is pineapple juice, you can substitute the milk for the pineapple juice, and that will give an extra pineapple flavor to the batter itself as well. So we're going to warm up our butter and then we're going to get back. Okay guys, so my mom helped to quickly melt the butter. So we're going to actually then just get it into the bowl that we're going to use for our mixing. Like I said, it's a bit of a cold day in Joburg, so this butter will solidify very quickly again. We're gonna give that a quick whisk just so that it's fluffy. Then we'll add in our sugar. And cream this together. So you want to beat your sugar and butter until it takes on a little bit of a lighter color. So we're then going to add in our eggs, which we crack separately, just to make sure that we're not adding a bad egg to the batter. And we'll whisk them one at a time as well. Breaking your eggs into a separate bowl also avoids putting any eggshells into your batter, which then becomes very hard to get out again. So we're going to just set the eggs, butter and sugar aside for a little bit and mix up our flour and our baking powder. So this is 1.5 teaspoons. And we'll give that a quick mix just to get the baking powder in through all the flour. Okay, so then in a separate bowl, we're going to add our yogurt, 1/3 of a cup milk, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. And then we'll give this a mix up as well. So to our batter, we're going to add in about 1/3 of our flour. Give that a quick whiz. Then we'll add in half of our milk and yogurt mixture. This is just to make sure the mixing is a little bit more consistent. We're going to add in another 1/3 of flour. The other half of the milk and yogurt. And then we're going to add in the last 1/3 of our flour. Our batter is looking quite thick, so we may need to add in a little bit of liquid just for Johannesburg conditions. So we're not going to over whisk this. What we're going to do is, to ensure that all our batter is incorporated, just use the spatula and mix it through. Okay guys, so we didn't have to add any liquid to the batter. It's a thick batter, but it will be fine as it is. If you feel it is too thick for you, you can add in a few tablespoons of milk, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of milk, just so that it pours out better. So now we're going to add this batter into the baking tray we prepared with the pineapple and the cherries. And we just have to be very careful not to disturb the pineapples too much. And we're just going to use our spatula to even out the cake batter. So this is a nice and fluffy cake batter. And as you're baking, it may start to take on color before the time for the baking is up. Then what you need to do is cover it with foil. So we're going to give this 45 minutes in the oven that we've been preheating at 180 degrees. But we'll check it along the way. If it starts to brown up after about 30 minutes, we may then have to cover it with foil, just so that the pineapples and sugar caramelizes at the bottom. So I'm going to pop this into the oven for 45 minutes. But we will check at around 30 how it's browning up, and then at around 40 to see how dry it is. Hi guys, so it's been about 45 minutes. We checked about 35 minutes and the cake was getting a bit brown on the top. So we covered it with foil and then we checked that it's dry. We just had some butter spills. So there's a little smoke coming out of the oven. So we did cover with foil, but I'll take the foil out and show you. So it was getting a little bit burnt in a few spots, Don't want to get burnt. So it's risen nicely, but it got a few burnt spots. But remember that this is not going to be the top of the cake. This is the bottom of the cake. So this will be fine because we still gonna flip it over. So for now, we're gonna let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. I think 15 minutes will be fine because it's cooler here in Joburg. But if you are in a warmer climate, you just may need to give it about 20 minutes. And then because we've got a spring form tin, we can open the spring form and then turn it over, but I'll show you all how we do that. So we'll catch you in a short while. Hi guys, so it's been about 20 minutes and we're just gonna release the spring form. So part of the reason why it leaked is the spring form doesn't seal completely. Then we've got this cake tray. I'm going to do this maybe this way. And then we're just gonna release it. So here's your lovely pineapple upside down cake. I'm just gonna get a close up for you. As you can see, it turned over very lovely, and because we have the pineapples on the bottom, it's already pre-decorated with the pineapples and the cherries, looking very delicious. All right guys, here's our lovely slice of pineapple upside down cake. As you can see from the, hopefully you can see from the close-up, it's cooked all the way through and it's light and fluffy, and the top is got a bit of a caramel finish with the butter and the sugar and the pineapple juice. So we're going to tuck in with a lovely cup of coffee. We are a day ahead of Mother's Day, but the cake is baked today, so we're going to enjoy it now for tea time. And tomorrow we'll celebrate Mother's Day in full. So from myself and my mom as well, we'd like to wish all the viewers a very happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all the people who comment and like and who are subscribed to the channel. It keeps us going and it's much appreciated. And hopefully we can keep this Mother's Day tradition of either baking or, like previously I made flapjacks, going, so that we can celebrate Mother's Day going forward. So I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. My mom is going to make herself a nice cup of tea. And we're going to have our afternoon tea and pineapple upside down cake for an early Mother's Day celebration. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.